cut day. The top 40 fishing today on semifinal Friday at the 2020 NOCO Bassmaster League at Lake Guntersville, Scottsboro, Alabama. Welcome into the Facebook Live pre-show. We're kicking it off on Friday's coverage. Like we said, Such started with 85, cut it down to 40, and there's going to be 10 anglers fishing on Championship Saturday. Our location this week, the state of Alabama, and a place that we have a lot of Bassmaster history on the northeast corner of Alabama, be one Lake Guntersville.
A little chilly Lake Guntersville this morning, Ronnie, 45 degrees.
Lake Guntersville dealing with a fall transition. Got some cooler temperatures that have encroached that region the last couple days, and it's changed up the fishing, but we've seen now 2 days of action on Guntersville, and the leaders are starting to solidify themselves at the top of the leaderboard. Like I said, welcome into the Bassmaster Studios. Ronnie Moore here with Mike Sucon and Such. It's been interesting how tough Guntersville's been, but I feel like some of those top guys are getting a little bit more of a handle each day on what's going on.
Yes, exactly. I think so. The water has kind of cooled things off, but yesterday we had 9 more guys make their limits. The average fish went down just a tick, an ounce or so. We'll see what happens today if these guys, the top 40 you've got out there, can figure things out, have figured things out better or not.
We're going to have the top 6 on camera today, and we got to talk to a couple of them at Takeoff, and Takeoff is going on right now as we speak. 6:30 a.m. local time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time is when the takeoff happens at Goose Pond at the north end of Lake Guntersville.
Big full moon.
Yes, big full moon. What was it again, Such? The harvest moon? Or the hunter's moon? Or what was it?
Harvest moon.
Harvest moon. We got to
Signal Young for you.
We don't know, I don't know specifically what that does to the fish, but I know the anglers keep an eye on the full moon and what those patterns do to the bite. And we've got 6 anglers today that are pretty tightly packed in the leaderboard. You've only got 4 pounds or so, 3 pounds or so from 1st to 6th.
A little bundled up out there.
One of the guys that's
cold weather gear.
He's not afraid of the cold weather. He lives with it half the year. Seth Fighter, he's in our top 5 going into day 3, and we got to talk to him this morning about his outlook on day 3 at Lake Guntersville and what he expects to do there.
Yeah, been a grinder. Luckily I've had a place I can start in the morning and get a limit. It calms me down nice. It doesn't weigh but 8-9 pounds, and then we're gonna grab a big rod and go punching the rest of the day and hopefully call them all out. But yeah, it's a grind here. Bites are few and far between, and you gotta execute on them and hopefully drop it in on a 6-7 pounder's head today and make a move on them.
It's been a little different each day so far. First day I went all the way down the lake and just scrambled around and caught, you know what I did, but yesterday I stayed up this way and fished mainly grass, caught some around some docks as well. So we're gonna start up here, see how it goes, and try to fill it out from there. You know, it's fall. I think you got to change with it every day and keep an open mind. That's the biggest thing we got to do is keep an open mind and do what feels right.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get a little tougher. I've got about a 2-pound lead with a 17-ish pound average, and so I think it's gonna get a little bit tougher. But I think to win, probably gonna need a 15-ish pound average over the next 2 days. So I mean that means catch 17 today and catch a little less tomorrow or the next day. But it's I think a 15-pound average next 2.
Yeah.
Under a minute and a half till takeoff.
Brandon Cobb, our day 2 leader, like he said, a 17-pound or so average. Been about as consistent as you can be on Lake Guntersville this week. 17 even on day 1, 17-11 on day 2. And like he said, he carries about a 1 3/4 lead over Wes Logan.
Wes Logan had that big bag yesterday, 18-10, Ronnie. It was pretty impressive. Got to have a big fish, though, man.
I know.
That's the key this week, big fish.
We've been kind of contemplating whether there's going to be a 20-pound bag this week, and it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, you think it's going to happen today?
I'm hoping so.
There's some that live shallow year round in there.
Live with Scott Canterbury and Kyle Welcher out on Guntersville, already getting their day started. You see the bright, sunny skies. It is cooler.
Welcher had a rough day yesterday, 12-4, Ronnie, our smallest bag among the top 10, but he's with that 19.5 on day 1. It's only 3 pounds back. Oh, Luke Palmer being Mr. Super Consistent, 2 bags of 15-11.
He's just 1 ounce out of the camera coverage today. He's in 7th. We'll get some bonus coverage with him for sure.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned something yesterday. Scott Canterbury with 31-10, and then 1 ounce back is Welcher and Fighter. 3 ounces back is Drew Cook, 4 ounces back is Luke Palmer, and Blaylock's 7 ounces back. It's tight right in there. We'll see some movement today.
Yeah, it's about a pound or so from 4th, even 3rd, from 3rd to 10th. It's about a pound and a quarter. So it's going to be a lot of movement today. Opportunity for people to jump up into the cut line. A guy like Hank Cherry's caught 14-12 and 15-3 and is in 13th place, just half a pound out of the cut line for the top 10. So there's going to be a lot of movement today. This is one of the most important days, if you can deem one important, of the 4-day event. Day 3 is always where extra Angler of the Year points are earned, and we have our Angler of the Year leader and second place who made the cut, 35th and 40th, Clark Wendlandt and Taku Ida.
So had room to climb. Taku just barely eking in there. And then AOY points, he's several back of Clark Wendlandt, who maintained, salvaged a few points yesterday, and maintained his AOY lead at 489, and Taku's 12 back. And
We
Seth
talked
Fighter's
about it.
17 back.
The do or die nature of this lake this week, and also the haves and have-nots. Those top 10, I said, from 3rd to 10th was a pound and a quarter. Well, from Taku Ito in 40th, the last man to make the cut, it's 2 pounds just to 36th. So the ability to move for those bottom guys, having, they caught them okay 2 days in a row to make the cut, but not too great. They're going to need an uptick big time, a 15, 16-pound bag to make a jump today.
We mentioned this yesterday. A lot of guys saved their seasons. Jason Williamson was 57. Caught a good 17-pound bag. He jumped up to 25th, made the cut. Frank Talley made our top 10 from 22nd. We had some other guys. Blaylock jumped in the top 10 from 23rd. Wes Logan, who's second, was 21st yesterday.
We were talking about it. Even guys who missed the cut saved some points.
Your buddy, Jake Whitaker.
74th
Mr. Day
place,
2, huh?
74th on day 1 and jumped up to 44th. So it didn't make the cut, but that's 30 Angler of the Year points. Going to help you punch a classic ticket and do that.
You run a list of guys like that who had a way better second day than day 1, that's for sure, like Lester and Palaniuk and Robbie Latuso. Keith Combs even had 11 pounds after a disappointing day 1 with only 2 fish.
We're live with Brandon Cobb now, our day 2 leader.
You see him just staying Mr. Steady and being Mr. Finisher like last year?
Man, he didn't catch a great big one yesterday. I think his big one was just under 4 pounds, and he had 17. So I think that he could catch another 17, but it might be with the form of like a 6-pounder that anchors his bag. The consistent, like, catching all 3s to 4s is tough sometimes. You might get that extra big bite, and then you have a bunch of smaller fish in a certain day, and that can save you. So we will keep an eye on that. Like I mentioned, you're joining us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all the places we're live streaming this morning for the Facebook Live Report, early morning action for the pre-show. Join us, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Just 20 minutes from now, we'll be live on Bassmaster.com, the Watch ESPN app as well. We'll basically take you from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time, watch all the action of day 3, and we'll take you up to the weigh-in where you can watch to see who makes the final day cut for the top 10 at Lake Guntersville.